So this story comes from Lil Flower 1000. It says, well, 8 years ago, after affair number one, my partner made the grand gesture of shattering a glass rose that represented my heart right in front of me. So he threw it down, the heart exploded. Okay. Then he took the time to glue all the pieces together perfectly. He did this so well that I couldn't even tell it was ever shattered. It was very romantic. It sounds romantic. And then he cheated again 7 years later.
Oh.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Welcome to the first episode of season 2. Sex,
Relationships.
careers,
And just plain life. From the experience of two Latina actresses.
welcome to V Unfiltered. Hey, I'm Vanessa Tomasino.
And my name is Maria Bruzon.
And we are back for season 2 on V Unfiltered.
It feels like a very long time. I missed it so much, and I'm so happy to be here.
And we're coming back for Valentine's Day.
Yes, it's my favorite holiday after Christmas.
Is it?
It is. I feel like people think that Valentine's Day is, like you mentioned earlier when we were talking about what we were going to talk about today, that it's like a reminder of people who are single. To me, it's like a celebration of love. Love for your friends, love for your family, love for your other, significant other, love for your pets, if you want to put it that way. I love love. I am a hopeless romantic.
I agree. I think it's lovely. They also call it the Single Awareness Day.
Yeah.
This is the day you realize you're single and that you feel lonely. Any other day, you really don't think too much about it. And then Valentine's Day comes on and everyone's like, I'm single. Awareness. It's not so happy for everybody, clearly for single people. There's also a backlash against Valentine's because they feel pressured to have to celebrate,
Yeah. I feel like every holiday, like there's an excuse to like celebrate all the time. And like, if you want to put it that way, yes, like everyone feels like pressured to celebrate every single holiday, but Valentine's Day is like extra hard because, I feel like it's a problem with social media and how people like brag about their relationships, how perfect their boyfriend's significant other, spouse is, and everything. And like it makes single people feel like they're missing out on this, like, like novelesque fairy tale love.
Now the question is it only single people that feel like they're left out? Because I also think that there's so many couples that are looking at other couples and saying,
comparing, of course,
that's not us. Like I barely see him, or I didn't get a gift. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Valentine's. A lot of pressure.
Regardless of your situation,
regardless of your situation, there's a lot of pressure. Well, let's just try to figure out where this is coming from, because everything's man-made, right? Hashtag capitalism. It's all about making money, and somebody told me today, marketing. Somebody told me, florists wanted to sell flowers, and so they invented a day for people to buy flowers.
As well as chocolate stores.
That makes sense. Christmas, right? The association of Santa Claus and Coke, because Coke made it a campaign.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, they are Christmas.
They are Christmas. Yeah, right. So let's try to figure out where this same Valentine's Day is coming from. From what I gather, because this is the first time I'm looking into this, because I was one of those very bitter people. I still am. All I'm saying is that I'm trying to change, but I guess I don't know. I haven't celebrated Valentine's in a very long time, and I didn't feel like I had to. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like I can. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from. So I did some research. This is not scientific by any means. But I did Google. Saying Google. And I found out that apparently the first people to celebrate Valentine's, it was the Catholic Church. Mm-hmm. Because they had some martyrs that were killed with the name Valentines and Valentinos, I believe. And apparently these priests were murdered and they became martyrs. And so it was a reminder of the day of their death. And apparently it was, I think, two of them, and one of them, I found this story very surprising. One of them was a priest that would marry people. And then at the time of his death, the reason why he got murdered was because they passed some sort of law where they wanted young men to not get married because they thought that young men were more efficient in the army when they weren't married. They were single, had no children. And so what he did is he still kept marrying people secretly.
Okay.
And then he was caught and he was murdered. Okay. I mean, he was killed.
Yeah.
Right? And his name was Valentinos or Valentine, something like that. So the church remembers him on the 14th because he becomes a martyr. Then there was another thing about paganism where it was apparently Valentine's was about fighting another event, another celebration that happened on the 15th, and blah, blah, blah. But then the celebration that we know of purchasing things started around the 1700s.
So it's relatively very recent.
It's very recent. I mean, a lot of people may be watching this and be like, 1700s, that's a long time ago. But it's not.
It's not.
And the thing is, as humans, we live what? If we're lucky, 80 years.
Yeah.
So that's like one cycle of 100 years, right? Less than. But if you think about it, the 1700s it's not that far off.
Not that far
it's
off.
Like 4 generations.
No, a little more.
Yeah, 5 generations. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's recent. This wasn't like from the beginning of time or right after Christ. It's very recent, and it coincidentally it falls with the time of where capitalism is born. When capitalism starts to take force in the system. So it's interesting that we start associating love with purchasing things. I mean, apparently the first Valentines made, the Valentine grams made were in the 1700s, early 1700s. Ooh. Yeah. And now people buy cars and houses and, for their partners. Yeah, of course. I mean, not for us because we're humble and impoverished, but there are other people that, that they go all out. I was reading the story of this other person saying that they had spent over $200, I think, on a dinner. And then they got into a fight. And then the girlfriend was like, bye. I don't want to see you anymore. You just lost $200. I mean, for one dinner. It's a random day.
I think it's a random day. Like, I think nowadays people how they celebrate Valentine's Day, it's excessive. Like, it's so many gifts, like even more than Christmas sometimes. Like, why?
Oh, Christmas is becoming really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you seen the TikToks of people like, everything my boyfriend got me for Christmas? It's just like gift after gift after gift.
Oh my God.
Gift after gift. It's like 3 minutes of like nonstop, like a gift haul.
It's like the 24 days of Christmas, 24 gifts.
No more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I don't know what's wrong with us. I mean, when did this happen? When I was a kid, okay, this is a long time before your time, but but when I was a kid, I got at most 2 gifts from Santa, at most, and socks.
Yeah,
I got socks.
I was allowed to ask for 3 things when I was like consciously writing my Christmas letter for Santa. I asked for 3 things, but when I was a baby, like I would ask for like 20 things, and obviously Santa never brought.
Of course not. Yeah, the whole point was to provide options.
Yeah,
not to get them all.
Yeah.
But now you get them all.
I
have kids, and I feel the need to get everything that they want on their list. Makes no sense. It shouldn't have to be like that.
But why do you feel that way?
I don't know. It's almost like we have associated love with gifts. Which is not bad. I guess for some people, giving is important.
Gift giving is one of the 6 love languages.
Yes. So, but that's okay. But one gift, that's okay. But what if we're giving 10 gifts?
Yeah.
After the 3rd gift, people don't care anymore what they're getting. I can see my kid's eyes. Like, he opens the first one. He's like, yay, I love this. And it's super lame. Like, it must be like, whatever, a little card. But he's like, I love this. He's playing with it for a while. The second gift comes in and he's like, yeah, I like it. The third, and the thing is, I'm leaving the best for last, right?
Yeah, and the last one.
Not brilliant. And so when he gets to the last one, he's like, another one. And you're like, no, I just spent hundreds of dollars. Why do we do that? You know what I started doing? I started saving the gifts. Like, for example, if I see he's gotten like 5 gifts, the sixth one or whatever, I hide it for next year. I mean, why am I giving him the gift this
My
year?
mom used to do that with me for my birthdays when I was a child. Like she would um stash away like a couple of gifts
Yes.
when there were like too many, and then she would give them to me like, periodically throughout the year.
Because they don't care anymore. After the third gift, they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And here we are spending so much money. So Valentine's, it's kind of the same thing, right? It's this idea that if you really love me, you're gonna give me something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you can't afford it? Or what if you don't want to? Because that's totally valid too. What if you don't want to
Yeah.
give a gift?
I'm a very complicated person. My boyfriend knows this. Like I don't like when people give me gifts, like, because I'm very particular with the things that I like.
But but hold on.
I'm not
But is it
talking about.
is it that you don't like the gift, or you feel shy on how you're going to respond as you
No,
open the
it's
gift?
because people who know me. I mean, I'm not talking about like my friends like you. Like I love the gifts you give me, and
I'm amazing.
but it's like more of towards like my mom, my dad, my boyfriend who are gonna like spend more money on my gifts.
She just said that I spent
No,
so much
I'm
on
not.
her gift.
I'm, oh my
Okay,
gosh,
this
I
is
hate
the
you.
episode. Bye, everyone. We're no longer friends.
Ah! Are you gonna spend $500 on a gift for me? No.
Hey, who knows? Maybe that's my love language. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, like they know that I'm like super particular with my taste, the things that I like, and I always have like 15 tabs on my computer with like shopping bags that I'm never gonna get, like online shopping. So I always have like a wish list, and they would rather give me the option to like choose it myself. I told you about this today. Like
I know.
I hate surprises. I don't like surprises.
She
I
doesn't.
like to know what's gonna happen all the time. I want to know what I'm gonna get. I like to be in control. That's like my type A personality. But gift giving is not my love language.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like when people, when they show like a little bit of, oh, I thought about you. Here's like a gift, or like, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever. Like, and I love gift giving. That's the thing. I love giving gifts, but like receiving them, I feel like so awkward. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to
So like for me,
love.
like Valentine's is just like about like the moment, like spending time with the people that you love.
Yeah.
More than like the gift. So that's why I don't understand like, consumerism and like everything that the world has turned into with like marketing and everything that you have to buy to like show your love.
I like gift giving. You're right. Like I get excited when I can buy you something that I know you really want, and I found it. I get excited. Now the question is, I mean, do we need things to show our love? I mean, yes, some people do. Like with your love language, like some people feel the need to gift something.
Yeah.
But I don't like it if it's out of fear. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Like if you're buying things because you want to fit in, or you feel like you don't belong, or you feel society's going to discriminate you because you don't have something, that's all fear-based. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like the fact that people will say something like, oh, if you don't buy me this, then you don't love me.
Or because you feel like a compromiso.
Yes.
Like I have to get
Translate
her something.
Commitment.
Commitment. Yeah, out of commitment. Just because you have to gift someone something.
Yeah.
Like I would never do that.
No, it feels painful. But you're right. I mean, how did we turn into this society that needs to buy everything and try to fill that void? Well, I mean, you're filling a void unless you're buying something that you need, which is totally normal. That's you need shoes, you buy shoes, not a problem. But when did we become this society that we need to get our self-esteem up with things? I mean, things don't give us value.
It's trying to fill a void
of our absolutely of who we are and the things that we're missing in our lives, like love for ourselves. We don't talk about love for ourselves much in anything. I mean, why can't we celebrate Valentine's about loving us?
That's what I'm saying. Like Valentine's for me, it's like a celebration of love. No matter who.
Loving me.
Yeah, like you can love yourself.
Yes. I just thought of a song. Do you remember that song?
Maybe
no, you were too baby. No, in the 90s.
Justin Bieber.
No, it's called like Touch Myself. She was clearly loving herself, in a different way.
Yeah.
But then, Valentine's, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It was in the 90s. It was like 1994.
I also feel like you don't need Valentine's to like get your significant other flowers,
You can do it anytime.
You can do it anytime.
Yes.
So why is Valentine's Day so like,
And I have to say that I was driving today and I saw some flowers and I'm like, it's Valentine's Day. I need some. Like, I have been brainwashed.
But you can do it for yourself, for your house, have, some fresh flowers in your house.
Yes, but not on Valentine's. But clearly it was almost like a button went on and it's like, oh, it's Valentine. I need flowers. It's weird. And chocolate.
It is weird. Yeah, I was going to say like chocolates. Imagine like, because you know how after Valentine's Day, like all the chocolate section, Valentine's inspired
goes on sale.
Yes. Like what?
Yes, it's like chocolate Boxing Day.
Yeah. Wow. Like they must sell so much that like putting all the leftover on sale.
It's like giving them away.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's like you can have it. You can have them, peasants.
Yeah.
Here's what's left over from Valentine's that you didn't celebrate.
You didn't get some. You can have them on sale.
You can buy them yourself.
Anywho,
there's so many weird things that come up, that we don't even know where they started. And the other thing is Cupid, that little chubby kid that's
baby in diapers.
It's a baby, right?
Yeah.
Is he naked or with diapers?
He's naked with diapers.
Weird. So we all take him for granted. We're like, oh, that's Valentine's. So let me read to you where this comes from, because I was looking it up. Who is Cupid? Cupid is often portrayed on Valentine's Day cards as a naked, launching arrows of love, little baby. But the Roman god Cupid has its roots in Greek mythology as the Greek god of love, Eros. Accounts of his birth vary. Some say he's the son of Nyx and Erebus, others of Aphrodite and Ares. Still others suggest he's the son of Iris and Zephyrus, or even Aphrodite and Zeus.
So maybe he has like 5 potential parents, but it's okay.
Yeah. Regardless, he has cool parents. I mean, any of these candidates are amazing parents.
Aphrodite.
And according to the Greek archaic poets, Eros was a handsome immortal played with the emotions of gods and men. So he wasn't a baby. He was this very handsome immortal man who was inciting love. It wasn't until the Hellenistic period that he began to be portrayed as a chubby child. So before he wasn't, he was a young hot man.
Yeah.
Why did he become a child? I mean, that's weird. Although, hold on. Let's recap here. Is it weird? Is it less weird if it's a baby?
That's what I was trying to say. Like, wait, so we're talking about like a really handsome man trying to hook up people. I'm thinking literally like Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah, we've crossed the line of serial killers.
So
here.
I don't know if that's like creepier or if a baby's creepier. A naked baby. What's worse?
Both creepy. I mean,
why can't it be a woman? Matchmaker.
Why? Why isn't it a female baby?
I don't know.
We've been erased from history.
Yeah.
And this episode turned into, once again, gender problems.
Oh, gosh.
No, but I mean, it's still weird. I mean, whether it be a very handsome man throwing arrows or a chubby baby, naked baby throwing arrows, it's still very weird. Yeah. Yet we take it for granted, like, oh, it's Valentine's, it's love, but it's still weird.
It's weird.
Huh.
So many questions now.
I know. It's like, what have we done with our lives? Like, I mean, why do we accept these things? Why don't we think them through,
Yeah, because then you think about Santa Claus.
He's creepy. I mean, think about this. He's an older gentleman. He's an older gentleman. And he sits babies and children on his lap.
To ask them what they want for Christmas.
They're not related.
He sneaks into your home.
He sneaks into your home when you're sleeping.
To give you presents.
Oh my God.
And then that's how, like, kids accept things from strangers. And that's how they get abducted,
That's how they get abducted. We've destroyed our society. I mean, we're to blame. I mean, at this point, I think we're to blame.
Okay, fuck holidays. I'm not celebrating anything anymore.
Yes.
What about St. Patrick?
St. Patrick.
Is he any better?
No. Who is that little person?
Ooh,
and he hides in your garden. Yes. No, we're done. I know the society's screwed up. Like we're done.
We're done.
We're done. We're not celebrating anything. I mean, this is weird. We've accepted all this stuff. And then I tell my son, go sit on his lap. What's wrong with you?
Go
What's
kiss
wrong
Santa.
with me?
Go kiss Santa.
Okay. What's wrong with that? And the kids are crying like, I don't want to,
Yeah, Mom,
mommy.
I don't want to. Like, go ahead, I'll take your picture.
What's wrong with you, child?
Oh my god!
It's like, but you told me not to do that with my uncle. It's like, yeah, but with Santa Claus, a total stranger.
And then we go to Thanksgiving, and it's
Yeah.
another like horrible story behind
of
it.
murder.
The history about things is just, like, it's terrible.
Oh my gosh. Listen, at this point, we just have to assume that we're terrible human beings, that we created a society that is totally messed up.
At this point, Halloween's like the best.
Halloween is
and it's supposed to be a pagan holiday, and like,
yeah,
you know,
oh
my god,
oh wow, okay, so Valentine.
Oh my god,
wow. I mean, these are things we never talk about, and we just assume,
we just
right?
accept it,
And we
and it's
accept
just
it.
like, you know,
And the generations,
it's just the way it's been for
Yeah.
generations. Like, you know, that's just how it's gonna be.
I know. And then, but we never question anything. It makes me wonder, do we even know what love is? Have we even questioned that?
Love is.
I know you can
I want you to show me.
Okay, we're not singers, we're actresses. I mean, some actresses do sing, not us.
Not us.
And it's totally fine. I accept, my limitations, and that's totally cool with me. But yeah, like, do we know what love is? I mean, Play-doh,
Gift giving,
gift giving, expensive buying.
What
things.
about Play-doh?
Play-doh, he wrote a book on love. You know that?
I thought you said Play-doh like the toy.
Generational gap. It's
Okay,
like
what
from
about-
Toys R Us. No, Play-doh. He wrote a book on love. And for the ancient Greeks, love was the purest form of love was between two men. I mean, that was like the highest form of love was between two men, not between a man and a woman. The idea of the man and a woman together was more of like a common vulgar relationship to reproduce. Like you would marry a woman so that you can have children, but you would have an affair with another man, and that meant that was your true love. So Plato, he has got a book on love, and he talks about that. Actually, Plato, he was a mentor to Aristotle and so forth. He mentored a lot of young philosophers, and he would fall in love with some of them. Yeah, and it was very common back in the ancient Greek times.
Damn.
And now people are homophobic. It's funny how the root of love comes from the idea of the purest form of love between two men, and now a lot of people are homophobic.
But why not between two women?
Because women weren't considered citizens back then. That's why they couldn't vote either. And they didn't study. I think they didn't study philosophy the way men did. I mean, maybe secretly they did, but they weren't mentees, or mentored by someone like Plato or Aristotle. And so it was between men, the idea that they were the philosopher kings. They were the only ones that could reach that level of pure love and philosophy and being bright, and being generous. And women were not thought as being able to get there back in the day.
Damn.
I know.
So could you say that maybe the purest form of love is between two people of the same gender?
According to Plato, it was for men. It could be. We could argue it would be the same for women. It could be argued.
That's crazy, and now people are very like homophobic.
Yeah,
and it dates back to like imagine.
I mean, it's funny how society will choose what they want to support and what they don't want to support. So if you think about European writings and so forth, people will say, oh, Europe so advanced in everything, music and painting and arts and science and all that stuff. But when it comes to ideas of gender bending and how the Greeks gave us so much, they gave us philosophy, they gave us art. The theater and acting comes from ancient Greece. And they gave us philosophy, super important for the development of our ideas and so forth. And within that philosophy, it was said that kind of love was absolutely accepted. Yet in our society, we choose to not hear that, and we go between, we go back to being just heteronormative, and we choose what is convenient for us, and perhaps for a sort of control. Because if you think about it, if you go around telling people that
no reproduction,
exactly, that they can choose the same sex, then there is no baby making. And that creates a problem for the economy, because you need younger generations to work to pay for the pensions and retirements of the older generation. The problem some countries are facing right now, because they didn't have many kids, right? So they don't have a labor force. And so, but it's funny that as a culture and a society, we choose certain things and we reject others. Because also indigenous people in the Americas, in North America, they had two-spirited people. And two-spirited meant that they would love anybody. It's absolutely gender bending, which is amazing, and it's so cool. And that dates way back. And yet we choose not to see that. And we think, now we think, oh, it's a problem, it's an abomination, it's all this stuff. When in fact, history has shown time and again that these sort of same gender relations have existed forever. And in the case of the ancient Greeks, even the purest form of love. But we don't talk about that because it's not convenient. Just like the chubby little kid. No one's talking about the chubby little kid with the arrows.
This episode has really made me doubt everything I know. No, just kidding. But I have a lot of questions, more questions than answers right now.
But that's good. We have now engaged in a Socratic dialogue. Socrates was Plato's mentor. And it's the idea of...
not Play-doh.
No, Play-doh, Toys R Us.
Play-doh.
Play-doh. Socrates was Plato's mentor. And for him, it was all about having this sort of a dialogue. You're thinking of Play-doh now. You're thinking
Play-doh and Socrates. I can't with my life right now.
I am friends with her. I just want to make it clear that I chose to be here. It's a voluntary friendship. She is not forcing me. It's like, blink if you're
blink if you're okay.
I chose to be her friend.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and Socrates, it was all about the Socratic dialogue, about engaging in these sort of conversations, asking questions about what we thought is normal, that we accept as normal, but in reality, there's so many doubts as to why we accept certain things. I'm not saying one thing is better than the other. I'm saying, why aren't we talking?
Yeah.
Why aren't we having the dialogues that we need to have? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anyone's better than anybody else. I mean, I may be better than some of my friends. No, I'm just saying in general, no idea is better than the other. But there has to be a recognition or awareness of the ideas,
Yeah.
Instead of just pushing them to the back and saying, oh, I don't care, I don't need to know this.
Yeah. That's voluntary, what's it called?
Ignorance. Yes, it is. It is. And the truth is, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know anything. And so for some people, it's better not to know, because you feel dumb. You start reading and you go, oh, that's what that meant. You feel dumb. And you're not supposed to feel dumb. You're supposed to feel humble enough to say, I want to learn more.
Yeah.
Instead of judging yourself and feeling dumb. Right? But we don't do that. We rarely do that. We think we know it all.
Yeah, I don't believe in ignorance is bliss. I mean,
it is for the people.
But I like to know. I like to question. I like to, bring the conversation to the table and say why is it this way?
Yeah, we're not going to live forever, so why not question things?
Yeah.
And why not live the life that makes you happy? And so coming back to Valentine's, I think that if you are happy celebrating Valentine's, by all means, keep doing that. It gives you joie de vivre. Why not do it? Now, if it doesn't make you happy, totally acceptable too. But the question is, why is it that you don't like it? Because it shouldn't bother you either. You can lash out at capitalism.
You don't have to be a Grinch about it.
No, you don't have to. It's it is what it is. It's a celebration. If you don't like capitalism, I don't like capitalism. It's the system that we work in. But I can't change it. I can't change it. I mean, I can operate in different, collaborative ways with certain co-ops and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is the system that we have. So it's pointless for me to be angry at it. Instead, I work towards making it a better world, right? But if you are angry at Valentine's because of the factor of love, which is what happened to me, then the question is, what is it in your life that is making you unhappy? Because if you're lashing out at a celebration that other people are having and they seem to be happy, the problem doesn't lie with them, it lies with you. You know, for me, the times that I didn't celebrate Valentine's was because I was in terrible relationships. And then I normalized not being loved, and I normalized just being in terrible relationships, that I would be a Grinch towards Valentine's. I was like, I don't need to celebrate that. That's for dumb people. Well, then, no, the truth is I was hurt. I was hurt.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have that. Not because I want things, but every one of us wants to be loved.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Of just saying.
And it's like the most natural thing.
Of course.
To want to feel loved.
Yes.
And to love.
And to love. You know, there's nothing better in this world than finding a person that you can love and that person loves you back. It's a miracle. It's like, how do I explain this? It's
for
like,
me, it's amazing to love.
Yeah.
But if you're lucky enough for that person to love you back, then your world's like...
You don't need anything else in the world. Just health, and that's it. And your friendships, obviously. But what I mean is, you don't need money. You don't need all these ideas of what makes us happy and success, cars, houses, trips. You don't need that. When you
can always make that.
You can make that, and that comes and goes.
Yeah.
But the miracle of finding a person that looks at you the same way you look at them, it's amazing. And you should never settle. Yeah. And yet we settle. I'm not saying you have to go look for that person, because you will crash with that person eventually in your world. Like, I don't believe in going out and looking. I mean, it works for some people. I'm not judging. It works for some people. But I'm saying, when the person is right for you because you're being honest, you're being transparent, you're just being you, the person will magically appear. And you will collide with that person. Like, oh, you will hit each other, be like, oh, who are you? You know, it's just, they just appear. And I think the problem is a lot of people are so desperate to find it. And I totally get it. You want to be loved. And they're going on these dating apps, and they have matchmakers and all that stuff because they feel like they have to find it. But they're also changing who they are to fit what's out there in the market. And so inevitably, you will find the wrong person because you're changing for them. You're molding yourself for them, when the right person should come along and they will love you just the way you are.
Yeah. I agree.
So you don't have to be looking. It'll come. It's like, on that note. No, celebrate Valentine's if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But just wonder what it is. You don't have to be a Grinch about it. And if you want to replace it with Friendship Day, totally, absolutely too.
I mean,
friendships
for
are
me,
important.
like I said, it's a celebration of love.
Yeah.
Like, you could have celebrated Valentine's Day with your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
It's just love in general. Friendships, family, food, yourself, amor propre. Why not? Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. I'm glad we're back. I missed you so much.
I'm so glad we're back. And this year we're going to come full throttle.
Yes. So if you have any questions for us or comments, you can always message us. What's your handle on IG?
You can find me as MF Bruson on Instagram and TikTok.
And you can find me as Vanesa Tomasino, all together, one N, one S. And she knows the speech. And we hope to hear from you soon. And we're very happy to start season 2 for this 2023.
Yay! See you next episode.
Bye.